Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Anno 1800. Coming at you with more of our Import Island series. Thank you so much for being here. It is a pleasure to have you aboard. We start this episode standing just outside the site of the World's Fair. And the people have been working oh so hard on Phase 4, and things are happening. It's looking really good, fantastic stuff. But since our last episode, we learned a very important lesson, and that is that there is actually not multiple parts to this World's Fair. I had been left with the impression that there was, just with conversations I'd had with people, like there was actual more parts to it, and it wasn't just this one piece. I thought it was just going to be more pieces and stuff, and I thought it was going to be really cool. Not that it's not going to be cool, but, you know, really, really cool. And as it turns out, it's not. It's just this one piece, and when one more phase is complete, we will be, well, that'll be it. Be all over. Be all done. And that also means that we've left a lot more space than we needed to. We actually left a whole giant land of forest. It's not going to let me in there. It's not going to let me in there? To expand, and we actually don't need it. Okay, I'm getting a little scared. There's a lot of noises happening, and this is a scary forest. Let's get out of here. So, yeah, what we're going to do is we're actually going to transplant this bad boy to part of the location that was going to be intended for the zoo. And what we're going to do is... Oh, that's not... There we go. We're going to actually have half the zoo here. And we'll do half of the zoo back over here at the original location. Out here. But we're going to use this section right here. This area right here. As the location for the World's Fair. Out on this pier. It's going to look pretty cool. And in preparation for that, I've added a little bit more to our path here. And not that people are necessarily using the path, but theoretically that's kind of how I envision it. So, you know, I mean, there are some people who use it, but for the most part, it's theoretical, okay? Most people just come through the city and then flood into the exhibits. By the way, I also worked briefly on just a little bit of work over here. Just kind of wrapping up some of the layout. It's going to be pretty straightforward. There's going to be a group of 6 here. We'll have a group of 6 back in here, and then we'll have a little transition area in here where there'll be just a small group of 3. I was also potentially thinking about putting maybe an amphitheater, if we can fit one somewhere in here maybe, in this section. I don't know. It was a thought anyway. So that's something we're going to try and get done there as well. And yeah, that's going to be just about it. Looking forward to it. And something else I wanted to do, I forgot completely to get it started before this episode, is I wanted to get going on some more expeditions, and then I completely forgot to have that ready. Not that it has to be done right away, but eventually I would like to get that going. What I want to do is, am I going to be able to move this without it being? We're gonna move this anyway, and it's big. It's a big boy. I could put it back in here. This is as far back as I think it'll actually land, is right in here. It'd be more on the pier this way. But it'll kind of feel crammed in there. If I put it in here, I'll be able to surround it a bit better, and it'll feel a little bit more natural. So I think that's what we'll do. I'm going to go ahead and not let go of it by accident this time. And we'll bring it in here. And I think it's got to spin around 2. It's got 2 on that side. What I wanted to do is center it, and that's going to actually center pretty well. Right there. Looking pretty good. I could potentially... I mean, the warehousing district looks nice. I guess it's not a big deal. But I could make this a little bit fancier as a surrounding. But my idea here was to have the... Oh my god, it's such a crooked hill. I'm not even sure if this is going to be... Oops. You know what I'm wondering? Is this... Maybe this is the front? Is this... This is the front here, I think, isn't it? It is. I'm pretty sure this is the front. Which is going to provide a whole other set of circumstances for us. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I think it's... Shoot. I thought it was these sections when I first set it up and selected it. It was the front. These were the fronts that had the exhibition over the front. I'm pretty sure this is like this. I'm pretty sure it's like this. We're going to go with this like we know what we're doing. I'm actually going to move that down one more. What I want to actually do, like that, is I'd like to, if I could, see, it looks really good there, that front. I'd like to delete some of this stuff in here. I'm actually going to delete the road. And I'm going to delete that. And I actually might move this back if I can. How far can I move that back and still be in good shape? Pretty far, actually. Let's go like... Let's try there for now. Yeah, that's pretty good. So it buys us lots of space out in front. But what I'm liking to do here is we actually have this pub here. And I have this little park beside it. And I was actually thinking what we could do is potentially expand on the park to become part of the progression into the World's Fair. And almost like a little pub outside the fair, you know? I don't know. That's what I thought anyway. So what I was thinking is we could... Now this is a very natural park, and I want to kind of keep it that way too. I don't want to make it too fancy. But what I was thinking is just kind of doing something simple like that. And maybe going like this. Look out below. What? Okay. Like something like that. And then... Potentially... Let me just try something here. If we were to go like this... And grab the end pieces, how would that start to look? A little bit better, I think. Yeah? And then... Let's see. Let's go... Start to drop some stuff in here. There's no real pathway, though. You know what I could do? Let's do this. It doesn't feel like it flows at that point. But if I was to do this... Something like that. How do you think about that? That actually feels legit. And then what you can do is... I could just create a little bit more foliage, which I think I had taken out, and I think I like it like this. A little bit of foliage to kind of separate this area.
I have a fitting for new boots.
And what we could do... I could actually continue this, but I like the look of this pathway like this. It's kind of just doing this on the fly, but I'm actually kind of liking... I'm actually kind of liking the way this is going now all of a sudden. Just off the cuff here. Just some ideas. Let me go like this. And like that. So now we've got a really nice, cool pathway that can kind of be the entrance area. And then we can start flanking all kinds of cool stuff in here. We could grab some some fountains here on the edges. Something like that. We're going to want a nice piece in the middle. And you know what we could do? Oh. We've got it. Oh, please be 4x4. Oh, it's 2x2. Okay, as long as it... Okay, this is perfect. Okay. As long as it wasn't a 3x, because I wanted to center. This is the fantastic ornament brought to us by the folks at the Anno Union and Ubisoft and Ubisoft Blue Byte and all those people. It is the thank you to all of the players, because there's now been 1 million Anno 1800 players. And this looks awesome. So we're going to throw this in here. Exactly where, I don't know. We wanted to maybe center. Let's put it centered. That's kind of the centerpiece of our entrance. Okay. And we're going to want to surround that with some cool stuff. Definitely like this. I don't know. Something like that? Starting to look pretty good. And then maybe our flowers around the outside. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. I like it. And now to... Just trying to think of what else we can throw in here. We do have these, which are... I like these promenades sometimes. Maybe like that. Just some areas like people can kind of move towards. You know what? They could potentially... Let me try this. Let me go like that. You know what we could do? Could you ever go like that? I'm taking so much time putting this together. That actually looks kind of cool. Like that. And then you could continue with this. Ooh, this is looking pretty good. And yeah, I like it. And then I'm thinking like mostly greenage and foliage and stuff, like even trees. Maybe we'll stick with flowers. Like that. But then I want to have some sort of trees. Nothing too big though. Maybe just these guys. Ooh, that's starting to look real nice. Oh, baby. I like it. Like it a lot. Yeah. That looks really good. That's a nice start. And I think what I'll do is I want to move on to other things. There's other things I want to do in the second half of this episode besides just make this one particular place look beautiful. I'm mostly just going to put some foliage in around here. Maybe some more plaza. Like, so maybe we would do something... Ooh, I love these equestrian statues. I really do. I'd have to decide... either they go there or they go there. No, it's too busy in the inside. We'll put them here. We'll keep this all mostly just green. I'll pretty much just put grass in there, I think, to be honest with you. It might just be nothing but grass. That looks maybe not busy enough. I don't know. Maybe I'll put a couple tables in. We could do... We know what we could do. We could do something like this. And we could throw in something like this. just a little bit of life. Maybe it's not. Maybe there needs to be more plaza-like. I don't know. I'm going to have to play around with that. You guys can let me know down in the comments. I think maybe more plaza-like stuff. We could do some more plaza on the outside as well, though. For sure. I could just mix in a little bit more stuff, and then it can work around the outside as well. But I don't know. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this guy. And this is actually ready. I should have done this first to start with. So phase 4 now is getting so close. Whoa, sorry. Didn't mean to do that. What was that? And phase 5, what's phase 5 going to need? A bunch of stuff I don't have. Yeah. So in between episodes, I'll grab the filament and the light bulbs and this rubber stuffy. And we're going to get electricity hooked up over here as well. Actually, I'm wondering the whole thing's probably need... Yeah, it's going to need electricity overall. Oh, shoot. Oh, man. That is not good. That is something I'm going to have to figure out. We have electricity nowhere near this. Oh, brother. If I brought... Now, what I could do is bring it over here. And then put the zoo back in here. I might not have any choice. Because I will... If I do that, I'll have electricity. No other way will I have that. So I'm going to... Oh, that's such a bummer. I loved the way this transitioned in here. One thing I could do is put another power plant down in this corner. And that's one more place I'm going to have to send electricity. But I could make that happen. I could actually bring the rail right along here. And into this. I think that might be the solution, because I love the way this is looking right now. Right on this corner. I love that transition into the city. It looks really good. I do not want to give that up. I like the green, actually. A little bit. It's just some green, and then we'll continue plaza around the outside a bit. Looks good. Yeah. Okay. Moving on. We have less than half the episode to go now. I wanted to, well, I guess it's some kind of similar work. I wanted to get the zoo started because it's the last piece of the puzzle and we haven't gotten anything going. The entrance seems, is that the same size entrance? No, it seems a little smaller maybe. Maybe not as quite as deep, yeah. But it looks pretty good. And what I want to do, I'm committing to having this back here, and then this will be the first part of the zoos. I kind of like the idea, I'm not going to lie, of potentially... See, here's the thing. I'm not a big... When it's on a hill sideways, kind of like this ended up being, it's kind of looks a little bit meh. And I prefer not to have that be the case. Although it looks kind of cool, actually. It actually doesn't look that bad with the zoo. Because if I were to do it like this, right? You'd be looking at it like straight on and it would look... It wouldn't have a slope to it. So if I were to put the entrance along here... And then the zoo could go back versus if I put it there. I think I want the entrance here, though. That's fine. It'll just be on a hill. It's not a big deal. Alright. So there you go. I'm just going to plop it down. And we'll move it around here. What do we got? 7. That's 8, 4, 4. That's pretty centered right there, I think. That's about as centered as it's going to get. Because what I'll do is... I'm going to delete... just a second. Let me actually copy. Yeah, it has to go around there. So that actually is perfectly centered. It'll go out there like that somehow. And we'll delete this, copy that. And do we have... I'll go in here like this and just grab this T spot there. And now we have that. Now, what I do want to do as well is I'm going to go ahead and put our road in here like this, much like we have in the past, and bring it in the side straight out of there. And how convenient is that? That the school and the church and that are on the same road that leads right to the zoo. But yeah, the front entrance, the main entrance area will be right in here. So definitely we'll get some deletion going on like that. And we're also going to have to find a way to transition over the railroad, which is always a blast. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go copy. I could center it on... Well, this isn't even a road here. Forget it. I was going to center it on that. That's not even a road. So let's center it just here. Like that. So there's a road that kind of creates some sort of transition over the rail tracks. And then we're immediately right back into that. I don't necessarily want that just like that, though. In fact, I'm also going to say delete, delete, and delete, and delete. And once again, we'll use our little pieces here to kind of help create a transition there. Like that, and like that. Maybe we'll put some promenades in there. Why am I in... What's happening? How did I get put into blueprint mode? I don't know what I just did there. I must have accidentally hit it, I guess. So we need to upgrade these. Oh, yeah. Everything down here as well. What happened? That's weird. I'm not sure what happened right there. Okay, other than housing, it's all good. This didn't seem to get upgraded over here, though. What happened there? I'm not sure. Let's also get rid of all the trees in here, just because they get in the way of being able to see what the heck we're doing. All right, so transitioning in here like this, we're gonna want, what do we have? This is, how wide is this? I'm just thinking, you know what we could do? I don't mind the idea of more fountains out in front. So a couple of the small fountains maybe. Like that, and then kind of a front entranceway. You know what I don't have doing, what I've done in a lot of other places and I haven't enough lot of space for, is the gardens like these here. Let me just see. Maybe I should put something like that in here, which would mean we might have to move back just a bit. Maybe do something like that. And I'm also thinking we get rid of these for a second at the very least. The blues are so strong. We could do something like that, because it's not centered like this, so it's going to have to be like this. The blue is such a strong color, though. Let me try this. Doesn't look too bad, but most of these, unfortunately, are designed to go kind of left to right like that. So we'd have to do something like this, which is kind of... maybe like that. I don't know. What do we think about that? Simply go to press. You know what? Let's make some adjustments. Let's throw some fake news out there. Yeah, I'm just wondering, what do we think of that? I'm not sold. Those are nice in some cases, but I just don't. I'm not feeling it. I'm not feeling it. And I don't like that I've pushed this so far back either. To be honest with you, you know what we're gonna do? I'm gonna go back to where I was. I'm gonna move this back in here, I think, or maybe one more like this, because I didn't mind the promenades in there again. But maybe just a little bit more space would have been nice in between. Oh, you know what? We could do one of the big... something like that. Lots of fountains out in... I like that, though. Lots of fountains out in front of the... What do we have for statues? We have these here. We could center... Oh, that's not bad either. Too bad. You know what there's going to be? There's going to be a really cool elephant statue coming with the DLCs in less than a week. DLC Season 2 hype! We have the horsey, but that's not going to center. We have these guys here. We could just do this as a placeholder for now, but I think eventually we come back in here and redesign to fit in our other guy. Yeah, that's good enough for now. Something cool. And then that gives us a little bit of some sort of focal point at the center, so that we could do this. And not too bad like that. And then I think, do we corner this off, or... And the other thing I was thinking about too is making these into fences, having fences around the zoo. Just makes more sense to me, security-wise. So we could do this, and that kind of creates that entranceway like that. Oh, this hasn't been upgraded. Not sure how I did that. Must have just accidentally clicked it. Yeah, that's not too bad. It kind of creates this, like, this is the, like, these here become the entrances, right? I could even potentially go like this. And maybe like this before bringing in some foliage. Maybe not quite there. Maybe over one. Like that. Yeah, there you go. So then you'd have like something like that. And now you've got yourself a nice little entrance to the zoo. And the road, of course, is connecting us up. Looking pretty good. And then we'll, of course, want to do some stuff along the back. And have some plots, of course. So you'd want to have some sort of an entrance like this. Nice open area. Maybe on this side we could put some sort of a garden. Or maybe a maze. We could do something like that. Like we did in the university. Kind of a central focal point. Or we could do some music as well. We could do a pavilion. Yeah, the pavilion actually centers on this one. So we could do a pavilion. Maybe not that tight, though. We could create some sort of a park area and then a pavilion straight ahead. We actually have these front areas, but if we fence these off, we could actually fence this off and bring it all the way back to here and create that entrance. That's actually not a bad idea. And then we could actually have exhibits around the front, you know? And you could see the exhibits from the outside like that, you know? We'll have to combat with this road, but that's not too big of a deal. Yeah, that is not a bad idea at all. So these would then become fences, and then we'll have a pavilion, and then we could have like exhibit down this side and an exhibit down this side. Featuring like animals along here and animals along there. And then it'll open up, of course. We'll have the pavilion here, some park area, and then, you know, continue on with more exhibits. Maybe have 2 or 3 exhibits up in this corner. We have a lot of animals, of course, to fit in here. But yeah, I think I really like the way the zoo is going to turn out, this section here. And of course, the World's Fair, almost ready to go. And really nice work we did out there as well. So when we come back with the next episode, I am going to have this a little bit more fully detailed, and maybe we'll have the zoo ready to put some exhibits into. So the zoo starts have begun. Thank you so much for joining me, folks. It's always a pleasure. Until next time, take care of yourselves, and bye-bye.